Good morning. I'd like to call this special work session of the Southampton Town Board to order on this third day of February 2022. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. All right, Madam Clerk, would you read the special meeting notice followed by a roll call?
Members of the Town Board, Special Town Board Work Session, Thursday, February 3rd, 2022 at 10 a.m. Please be advised that pursuant to Section 62 of Town Law, a special Town Board Work Session will be held via video conferencing on Thursday, February 3rd, 2022 at 10 a.m. for the purpose of adjourning into executive session to consider the following: personnel, acquisitions, confidential legal advice, and litigation. Jay Schneiderman, Supervisor, Town of Southampton, dated February 1st, 2022. Supervisor Schneiderman.
Here.
Councilwoman McNamara.
Here.
Councilman Martell.
Here.
Councilman Bouvier.
Here.
Councilman Spivoni.
Present.
All right. So thank you all for accommodating this change in our regular meeting schedules. We can have this special work session, which is really an executive session to discuss interview candidates for Chief Building Inspector. We also are going to be going into executive session to discuss matters of litigation and other personnel. So just before we do, Sandy, are you signaling something or no?
No, that I'm going to excuse myself now if you're going to go.
Okay, well, I'm almost there. So I just wanted to say just a real quick word about the snowstorm that is now largely behind us, except for the melting snow. It was an enormous snow event. I don't have an official snowfall total, but it had to be 20 inches or more. Some areas may have been more. Our highway department under the new highway superintendent, Charlie McCardle, I thought did a great job. They worked around the clock. They started out 6 o'clock on that Friday, prepping the roads. And then by 1 o'clock they were plowing, and they plowed for like 2.5 days straight. So it was really a great effort. And I think that they deserve a lot of credit for, our roads were in great shape. There were a lot of challenges with high winds, snowbanks, zero visibility with whiteout conditions. We all sort of struggled to try to keep people off the roads. For the most part, people did. The police department was really busy with disabled vehicles. Ryan opened the EOC that Friday night. He literally showed up at around midnight on Friday. He was instrumental in coordinating efforts throughout the storm. So I just, on behalf of the town, I just wanted to thank Superintendent McCardle, Police Chief Skrinicki, Public Safety Director Ryan Murphy, but also the men and women of the highway department, in particular Jimmy Wilson, but all the hardworking snowplow operators, snowblower operators, and the guys in the garage who were fixing the equipment every time it broke. It was really a great effort, and they really responded in an emergency situation. So I just wanted to say thank you. Good job, excellent job. And for the highway superintendent, he has only been there a month, so it's initiation by fire, or I should say by snow. But he did a really good job. I hope you all agree.
Absolutely. He did a great job preparing too. I mean, he was ready days ahead of time. He had his crews in order. He had his schedules done, and he did a fantastic job. I'd like to add to that list too, though, the Suffolk County DPW did a great job on Montauk Highway. We had to call them in because we had considerable snowbanks on some of the main streets. They came in and took care of all that. The trustees handled their road ends. Parks and Rec took care of their areas. And, our Hampton Bays Water District's responsible for fire hydrants and some plowing here locally in parking lots. So everybody did a great job.
No, thank you for pointing that out. And we actually provided some assistance to Southampton Village and to the Shinnecock Reservation as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll confirm it. When I called Ryan, it's the first time I've heard Ryan in full exhaustion mode. He'd been there since midnight, as you said, and he was really helpful with some issues, so much appreciated.
All right. So with that, I will make a motion to go into executive session to discuss, well, first, personnel litigation, confidential legal advice, and, property acquisitions. Those are the topics that we have, including the interviews I mentioned for Chief Building Inspector. So I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Schiavone. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are adjourned for all other purposes, but